Hello YouTube, this is Ezekiel doing, I believe it's part 9 of the Operation Bluecoat After Action Report for Combat Mission Battle for Normandy. I can tell you now with confidence that this is the second last part. We are now at the tail end of the battle. I have completed the battle and am doing this about a week after finishing this commentary. So I know the outcome, I won't spoil it for you. In this episode it is definitely time to go tiger hunting. I've been staring at those tigers for most of the game now, and it's time to strike. So where we left off, we've got some reinforcements arrived, and in the shape of those M10, or sorry, Achilles, as the British called them, tank destroyers, and they're on the main road. Decided to take up position on the main road and try and have a head-on fight with those tanks. Okay, got a penetrating hit there on the back tank. That was the Panzer IV. So an M10 saw that and got a great shot off. We'll just have another look at that. So it was the rear tank that actually spotted them. Meanwhile, yep, there it is. Front tank, could have been something. Could have been the front tank actually. Oops, didn't. Oh well. The main thing is it's one tank less, so there should only be 2 tanks left now. The 2 King Tigers. Meanwhile, the artillery spotting rounds coming in on Priam, so I should be seeing some artillery falling on that infantry very soon.
Hello, fire mission out. Fire for effect, out.
Okay, so here comes the artillery. So neither the King Tiger on the main road or my 2 tank destroyers have actually spotted each other. So being a little bit adventurous, knowing that there isn't a backup tank now also eyeing that road, thinking of moving the tank destroyers up, try and get a good shot at them. Remember late last episode, or last turn, that King Tiger turned to take a shot at some infantry on my right flank, so it's still facing that direction, so I could get a side hit, can skip that very heavy front armour, and a side hit should be more than enough to take it out with the 76mm. So I'm just going to quickly move up that infantry, that ad hoc force I put together to secure the right flank. Still got AT guns at the back there. I was a bit disappointed my mortars didn't take them out a few episodes ago, but at least I know to try and keep out of their way. What was that? So now we spot the King Tiger. Looks like he had a bit of a shot at us. Oh, that was... Oh, penetrating hit on the King Tiger. That is good. Good start. Moment of truth. Brilliant. Looks like 1 King Tiger down. That's great. And that heavy artillery is falling around the infantry. It's really good. Looks like they're taking up positions in those houses though, so we should get some cover. Okay, we'll just back up and look at that turn from the angle of the King Tiger that was taken out. So we can see what exactly pinged my... there we go. So it did spot my M10s. Or Achilles, or what do you want to call them. And, oh, that's a bit lucky. So it looks like the machine gun hit one of the tanks while the main gun hit another. But, yeah, okay, but only glanced my tank, but my hit was solid. That's actually pretty lucky, actually. Only one hit to bail out the King Tiger. And all the crew are alive, so maybe only damaged. May have only damaged it, so but that's still good enough. It's out of action. Okay, so one King Tiger left, and it's time to fight some infantry. With okay, and that that M10's got some damage to its tracks now, so must have taken that 88mm round from the King Tiger into its undercarriage. So it's going to move very slowly now. So keep that in mind. Bit of light damage on the other smoke, mortar, radio, optics, and the like, but that should be all. They should all still work fine though. So I'm just gonna move up the tank hunters. They're gonna go after that other King Tiger. It is buttoned up, I believe, and it's facing towards the infantry on the my left flank. So should get first shot off. So yeah, move up. Hopefully somehow get a side armour shot looking uphill. It is behind the hedgerows there, so it's probably hull down shots, but willing to take that risk. Got 2 tanks at once. Even if I lose one now, it'll still be a good trade-off to take out that King Tiger. Have a drink. Don't war game without a bottle of cider. Rule number 1. It's also time to start thinking about setting up the advance. I'm just looking at the clock. It's 22 minutes left. Still plenty of time, but time can run away from you if you're too cautious. So with those tanks destroyed in the centre now, I am a little bit more confident moving the infantry up a bit further, getting ready to launch an assault. They're still going to be in good cover though, so should be an easy run. Yep, just checking they're out of line of sight, the remaining King Tiger. There is quite an elevation on that hill that protects them. It's another good thing I find about combat mission games is the fact it is a full 3D battlefield. I mean, you don't get that in the other games. They may try to simulate it, but this is, if you can see it, you can hit it. So always check your angles. Don't be scared to go down to ground height, and double check your movement orders. Okay, I've got some spotting rounds of German artillery in my baseline area, so not a big problem at the moment. Meanwhile, my artillery is pounding the German infantry positions. So hopefully it's doing a few casualties. Oh, that's interesting. That gun at the top right is limbered. So the remaining crew, maybe they got spooked by the mortars. So limbered up means yeah, it's all packed away. It's being moved by the infantry, the team. So it'll take easy. I think it's about 10 minutes to just check what this tank's doing. It's going to take a little bit of time, I think. That gun is essentially out of action now for the rest of the match. It's trying to move. It looks like it's probably broken and trying to run away. So, great. That's one less AT gun to worry about. So there's only the AT-wise, on the German side, there's only the one King Target to worry about, and the, I think it's a 75mm at the top left of the screen there, near the is it La Hessel village? I'm not too sure. Two little buildings at the top of the map there. So not a lot of AT to worry about. I can definitely take the Priam objective now with armour. Once that King Target's dead, I can move the armour right up into that final objective. My mission doesn't include taking the German baseline, so there's no point worrying about it. And to tell you the truth, I don't think I'd have the don't have the troops to go for it, and no time left either. Must admit, I've been caught out doing that a few times in my combat mission career. You get caught up on, especially in single player, you get caught up on taking care of objectives which really aren't objectives. You sort of give you this task of take this village or take this hill, and you realise later on that you waste all this manpower and ammo on something that really doesn't give you any victory points. So this one's pretty simply laid out. Just simply take this road, the three little villages on, or little hamlets on each, about a kilometre's worth of terrain. So very simple objectives. Well, simple in practice, simple in theory. A little bit too close for comfort. So also going to be moving up my remaining Churchills.
End of mission out.
Oh, is that all? Oh well. Just going to, with that gun on the right flank limbered and not really a threat, can move up those Churchills at ease to help in the upcoming attack. The Churchill's going to make a big difference, I feel. They will be able to greatly assist. Well, greatly assist in clearing out those buildings with high explosive shells. Okay, so my leading tank destroyer still doesn't have line of sight on the King Tiger, but the King Tiger hasn't noticed my advance yet, so it's trying to be a bit adventurous. I'm not scared. Some people say always use Hunt. Hunt is good unless you think your tank's going to be spooked by any other enemy contacts like infantry or arty rounds coming down. I still generally like using Quick to get into a position where I know I'm sort of about to have line of sight to an enemy, then use Hunt. If you use Hunt all the way, you can get really distracted, especially when you're playing WeGo like this or a turn-based, and you lose a whole minute's of action because after 5 seconds, the tank decides to, stop and shoot at some infantry instead. So, yeah, Hunt is a good, don't get me wrong, Hunt is a very important command, but I always find don't be scared to still use a quick command or a move command if you want to go a bit slower to get into position. Especially if there's not a lot of lanes of fire for the enemy to take out your tank. Generally moving quick means you can get through those little danger zones very, very quickly before the enemy can bring guns to bear, so usually it's alright. But I have been wrong before. It's just moving up all this other infantry now. Going to swing around on the right flank through the wheat field, I think it is. Meanwhile, about a company's worth of infantry, my main body of infantry, are going to advance up the centre towards the final objective. I must admit, this platoon here is sort of under threat from the enemy arty. I think they're just spotting rounds at the moment still, but it's a lot of arty about to come down there, I think, so they're going to move down closer towards the road and well away from those spotting rounds. So the 114mm guns, big guns. Going to do another one on Prem. Might as well use the rest of the ammo while I can. Should still come down in time, just. So... the idea is... actually, I remember it is a few days ago since I filmed this, so... could be doing something a little bit differently. But I know I'm at least thinking about it at the time. It's of dumping the rest of the arty on the objective. There's no need to save ammo now. It's the last battle of the campaign, so might as well use it. If I dump it on Prem, hopefully it's less. Yeah, it's less enemy troops got to take care of with my troops. So if you've got an advantage, use it. And by dumping it there, I can still move the troops up to take those lead houses outside the objective. That shouldn't be a problem at all. Unless my arty falls well short of the target and starts blasting my own troops. That can happen. This is 1944 after all. But let's hope our XO on that hill there is a good person at mathematics. And we've got a dog in the background. It's a little bit warm where I am tonight, so all the pets are on edge. So apologies. Being in Australia, it's middle of summer at the moment, so saying that, our east coast is all flooded again, but it's all very hot on the west coast here. Very, very warm nights. When I travelled a number of years ago, I must admit, it sort of feels a bit like Barcelona, but a little bit hotter. A little bit hotter and a little bit more humid. That's a good way of describing it, I think. That's basically what the weather's like in summertime here in Australia. Saying that, I hate the heat, and sometimes I really wish I lived in Scandinavia. So I'm taking a few casualty or so there from German infantry fire. Meanwhile, the platoon that moved up in the centre there is getting good eyes on and taking on some enemy. Okay, that tank destroyer still hasn't... Oh, has it spotted? Oh dear, okay. Tiger tanks, King Tigers. So there goes one tank destroyer. It's only a truck, thank God. So I think what I missed there, and I realised afterwards, was that King Tiger was actually open, wasn't buttoned up. He did have his tank commander eyeing off the situation, so it could react a lot faster. So that's a bit of a mistake on my part. Should have checked it out before I committed, but I am committed now, so I might as well go through with it. So I'm getting a real nasty infantry fight starting now. Looks like two of my platoons are engaging German infantry in the buildings as the German arty falls close to my lines. So that dust cloud from my exploded tank should provide a little bit of concealment for my other tank to get into position. There's really no place I can move around. I'm thinking going... Yeah, that's right. I realise there's a more cover up the top here. Let's move very quickly into that position and then hunt across just in front of that house there. There is a gap from behind that hedge under the trees. So the German tank will definitely still see me, but I've got the hedge cover just like he does. So hopefully to give me a bit more chance to actually take out the German tank. he does get Germans do get the first shot off, there's a good chance may hit a tree in front or the hedge in front of my tank. So let's hope that little bush can save my tank destroyer. Otherwise, this game gets very, very hard. That one King Tiger tank is just eyeing off that entire road to the final objective from that point. Really good position, so I don't want to advance infantry under the gun barrel, an 88mm gun barrel. That's not a good thing to do. Okay, what I'm ordering there is my infantry. It's going to expose them. The XO is going to open up these rifles, purely just to get that tank commander to button up, or even better, take him out. That is, especially if he takes it out, it's going to really shock the tank and give my own tank a bit more time to actually take the first shot, or hopefully even a second shot before the German tank can react. Meanwhile, my support Sherman, the 95mm gun carrying, Churchill, 95mm gun Churchill, is also going to move up to a potential line of sight and hopefully also take a shot. Just trying to really stack the odds in my favour here. Okay, so my tank destroyer has really spotted the enemy tank. It's reacting, and my shot bounces off. Oh, German fires, but goes after the Churchill, so it spots the Churchill. And there's my own penetrating hit. And knocked out. So, brilliant. So, the big cats are down. The attack can commence on the main objective, final objective. Okay. And the German arty's still falling. A little bit of explosion porn for you. Okay, on the right flank it's looking pretty good, no problems yet. Oh, one casualty there, I must admit. Oops, so someone's shooting at him. Okay, and that Churchill that took a hit lost a couple of crew members and is generally, it's not abandoned, but it is badly damaged, it looks like. So it's pretty much out of the fight for the rest of the game, but hasn't been destroyed, that's the main thing. I think from here we'll just go back and review the death of this King Tiger. So let's see what happened from his view. Okay, so yeah, it looks like there's my own shot, and it spots the moving Churchill. So that it spotted the moving Churchill and not my tank destroyer, which then took the shot. So brilliant. But once again, it looks like it didn't hurt any of the crew. The whole crew got out, I think. Quite a few of them. But it's a knocked out King Tiger, so that's brilliant. And the German artillery really don't like garden sheds. It's probably taking a shot at my Churchills with the off-map artillery. That's probably what it's going for. Might as well take the shot, especially with that really heavy caliber. About 105, 120 mils probably. Okay, so just moving up the other tanks on this right flank. From that position they should, well, there's no enemy tanks now, so they could still get pinged by the 75mm in the background, but I'm really not worried at this stage. One AT gun I can sort of bear. Couldn't ignore the King Tigers though. So it's time to really let off the major assault and the final objective. So I just ordered these guys to hold up for a bit. They're already tired from running halfway across the battlefield. And while they're resting, I'll order the unit to help his buddy. Bit of buddy aid. And looks recovered tank crew. They've got their sanity back, and they're going to just go back to one of the objectives, hold one of the objectives. So. Okay, so with the tanks destroyed, looking to move up now. Those pinky cream buildings in the centre there, that is the first lot of cover I've really got before I can move into Prem. So I'm going to move up that platoon and occupy those buildings in the surrounding wall areas. Those infantry in front of me have been pounded by the two Churchills on the left flank for about 10-15 minutes when they were advancing, and then also got hit by artillery. So I'm assuming that they've lost quite a few of their number, and they're also rattled or very close to breaking. So hopefully an advance by pretty much a full strength platoon. They took a few casualties earlier, but not many. Hopefully a swift advance by this platoon can bring overbearing fire to them, and it just breaks the rest of them. That is the thought, that is the plan. So the only problem there is they're going to be very, very bunched up, so if there's any nasty surprises waiting for them, like an anti-tank gun with a very high explosive round ready to go for that little spot, I could lose most of the platoon in one shot, but I think I'm safe. And that building on the German side seems to have a lot of windows, so should be able to see out fairly well and really take on the German infantry from both height and on the ground. Meanwhile, the centre platoon will also advance up to that final little hedgerow before they can head into Prem. And this 15th platoon on the right flank. Also thinking of moving them up, but also half a mind to keep them back just for the moment, just in case they need to be redeployed somewhere to take care of a new threat I don't know about. But I'm thinking at this stage I know where the Germans are concentrated, I know where they are, so I won't have to worry about them. I can actually cope. Okay, and these Churchills, because the main road is now clear, that King Tiger gone, the two Churchills have been causing havoc on the infantry, will move up for a close engagement. It is a little bit dangerous with the Germans having Panzerfausts, but this is only probably, I think it's only July 1944, so the whole combat mission game, Battle for Normandy game so far only has Panzerfaust 30 metre versions, the earlier versions, so should be alright. If I was playing this later, like if this was set in Bastogne, or Battle of the Bulge, something like that, probably wouldn't be doing with the Churchills that I'm doing now, but I'll take the risk now. There goes the other shed. There's my off-map artillery that was trained in on that Tiger. Looks like got a top hit on that too, so that Tiger was going to die. Okay, I've lost... I haven't lost, but someone took a hit. So, have a look here. See, I think it's the AT gun. Does have line of sight in this field. Yeah, and my Sexton self-propelled artillery immediately got hit. quite surprised it didn't get taken out. It's only very lightly armoured, of course, but it is quite a distance it's got to travel, the 75mm round, so it does have a chance. Up there it bounces, there's a shell, and explodes and takes out an infantry soldier. Yep, this game models everything, even reflecting shells. You gotta be seriously unlucky you survive this entire battle and the campaign before it, and then you're taken out by a reflecting shell that bounces off that tank, you know, a good 100 metres away. Sometimes you just can't win. So just going to move those Churchills a little bit closer into the hedges there, and this one's going to move very quickly up to the other hedges to hopefully provide some cover. And it's time to move up the other platoon here. So taking another bit of a gamble here, moving to flank at the same time. I don't have fire superiority yet, but by the time the infantry squad gets that position, hopefully my platoon on the left flank, they'll be in position and laying down the hurt, so I'll take the gamble. Sure enough, it is that gun that's doing all the damage. I don't think I'm going to have enough time, but I will order a, because I've got perfect line of sight on the target now, and I'll order the XO to bring in some artillery to hopefully take it out. The damaged tank destroyer. So it's aiming at something, probably taking on those trucks or the gun, I'm not too sure. Still 13 minutes out for that main artillery strike to dump the artillery on the final objective. So it's going to be a mad dash, I think, to get there in time after the artillery falls. Probably won't get my infantry to it. Hopefully the Germans fully break and run, cause enough casualties. Oh, good shot. Good shot. Oh, so a good shot to the Germans as well. There goes the Sexton. Meanwhile, the heavier Churchills seem to be taking it. So I take out an AT gun, the Germans get my self-propelled artillery. Okay, here we go. This is a big infantry fight. German infantry up the hill there, and in front. Yeah, looks like I'm right. Look, I've got superior gun numbers, and the Germans are starting to run. That's good. Just backtrack to look at this whole minute from the infantry perspective. Taking the odd casualty. That's the crew from the Tiger tank. to the HQ. So it looks like the Tiger Tank HQ platoon leader is going to be toast. Alright, that's good, that's very good. Just order that back Churchill to focus on that area, see if you can get any shots off on that crew. Finish them off very quickly. Oh, okay, I lost a Churchill as well. Wow. So it looks like that gun is doing its damage. Took a self-propelled artillery piece and also a Churchill. Damn. Oh, forgot to move up a squad. A little bit lucky. But still had enough guns. And the mortars was dropped some smoke on the German positions just to help conceal some of my movements. They'll move up as well. Lead Churchill will move up as well, just to hopefully get around that building and get some eyes on some German infantry. So I can see that area, but I can't see the gun, so I'll just put a cover arc there, let it focus on that area for a bit, see if it spots the gun. And off we go again. That flanking squad also good, has eyes on some infantry in that field behind, so that's good. Quite a lot of infantry back there actually. What was that? Oh, so I'm still taking shots at my Churchill. Yeah, German AT gun that is. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. A bit of a closer look. Oh, ouch. Ouch. That's why you move a Churchill up. 1 round, 3 dead. Okay, on that point, I think we'll leave it there for today. One more episode to go, and the battle will be over. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, leave comments below. See you soon.